Hey y'all, I'm Dani, and this is Heard. Hi guys, welcome back to Heard the Podcast. I'm Dani, and you can find Heard on all podcast streaming platforms. That's HER''D. We are on YouTube, HER''D, the podcast. We're on TikTok, Heard Pod, HERDPOD. Instagram, Heard the Podcast, HERD the podcast. And everywhere you can find anything ever, whatever. I do want to make sure that you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this, subscribe to at some point on this screen, there's going to be a thing that pops up and it says to subscribe. I need you to click that subscribe button for me. Do it for me. Because I would do it. I would do anything for you. So do it for me. And make sure you guys follow me on TikTok as well. Again, that's Heard Pod. I'm joined here by my engineer JRob, of course. Say hey, JRob.
What's good, y'all?
How's everything? How's life been? How's everything? I don't know.
Everything's been amazing.
Really? My birthday's coming up.
I know.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, you remembered?
Of course.
I went on a photo shoot last weekend. So those photos are getting edited as we speak, and I can't wait to drop them on April 17th. It's Aries season, guys. Big Aries energy. What's your sign, JRob? The Pisces? You Aquarius? You an Aquarius?
Yeah, the best.
Okay. Do we get along as signs or no?
I mean,
let's Google it. Hold on. But let's see what the internet says.
I don't believe in it.
Let me see. Do Aquariuses get along with Aries?
Yeah.
Let's see what the Google say. Let's see what the Googler says. Aries and Aquarius can have a very compatible relationship, especially in friendship, due to their shared values of authenticity, that's us, loyalty, that's us as well, and a love for adventure and social interaction. I am a social butterfly. While they have different approaches to communications and emotion, we do, because you are different. Their inherent individuality, openness to new experiences can lead to a strong dynamic connection. OMG, we have a strong and dynamic connection. Would you agree? Cool. OMG.
Cool.
Oh my God. Ooh, God, I be feeling so. I'm late to this session, and I be feeling so. Like, I hate this. I hate that I'm late, and like JRob makes me feel so bad. Like shit be happening, and JRob makes me feel so bad about it. Like, oh my God, like it's crazy. And like I'm one of JRob's best customers. Like I'm one of his favorite customers. Like, why he gotta treat me like that? That's crazy. Anyway. So I can't wait for my birthday pictures to come out. Like, I can't wait, JRob. Like, I'm so excited. Oh my God.
Grind, get ready.
And then last week a couple weeks ago I also bought Chris Brown concert tickets. Okay. I bought Chris Brown concert tickets, and here's the thing, right? And let me know, because have you been to any concerts lately?
Nah.
So, times have changed. So nowadays, I don't even rely on Ticketmaster like that anymore, because, with Ticketmaster, it's like a scam. Well, concert tickets in general, and like the fees that they pack on is a scam anyway. But Ticketmaster has become this whole situation where it's like you can't even trust to go there. You could be going to the pre-sale, waiting in the queue, and all the seats are like quadrupled, because like they're on, all the seats are resale because someone came in and bought all the goddamn seats. Yeah. So, I just think that with Ticketmaster, I think that I think it's only good for, I think Ticketmaster and Live Nation, they're partnered with the artist and the label or whatever they have going on. So like, of course, like when it's announced, it's going to be like Ticketmaster, Live Nation is going to be the poster child of the concert or whatever. But even though they say, oh, pre-sale is next Friday at so-and-so, them tickets is on Vivid Seats and StubHub right now. You know what I'm saying? So like when they were announcing Chris Brown's pre-sale, me and my friends, we went on Vivid Seats and it was already up. We went and got our seats. Right. And I was like, and I told them, I was like, yeah, let's get our seats now, because they making it about Ticketmaster, and they making it about pre-sales and waiting in queues and pre-sale codes and all these things, right, when there's tickets available right here. By the time these tickets are up, it's going to be ridiculous. I think Ticketmaster got sued by like Taylor Swift fans or something like that, like a couple years ago. No,
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something like that, right? Because it was disgusting. Like, what is this? It's not reliable anymore. So I think so. Yeah, I'm down. Like, I'm all for that now. Like Vivid Seats, StubHub, SeatGeek, they're all valid ticket websites as well. Game Time is a good place too.
So many places now.
Yeah, because I got my ticket. I got my Section 100s for under $400. After taxes and fees and stuff like that. And I went to go see after Ticketmaster opened up their stuff. I'm like, let me go see what's going on. Before fees, it was like $570 something for the same section I got for $370. Crazy.
I was serious.
Then the following week, it was like it went up to $900 something before. It's disgusting. So I don't even bank on Ticketmaster Live Nation no more. Like I just go straight to Vivid Seats, straight to StubHub. Like once, because when they announced the tour, and then like maybe like a couple days after that is on vividseats.com or it's already on the website when they announce it. Like it's already up. So what are y'all waiting for? Like for you to like pay? I think it's only good if you like Ticketmaster's only good if you are buying like VIP or something like that. I think because I don't think VIP is available on like StubHub or Vivid Seats or whatever. I don't think so. I don't see. Yeah. So maybe when it's up, like when it's VIP and stuff like that, yeah, go on Ticketmaster. But no, I'm a regular girl. I will get my Section 100s because that's my boundary. Like that's my like Section 100s only, honey. Because at first, like, because I'm not really like I'm not caked up like that where I can like go do floor seats. But I wouldn't even want to do floor seats because you're too leveled. You can't really see. I want to be elevated, but still close enough to see and experience everything. I was clowning my friends in a group chat because when Chris Brown announced his tour, I got hit up. My sister called me first thing in the morning, and then I got hit up by 3 other friend group chats. So I just picked the group chat to go with, basically, because my sister was acting like she was too good to go on Vivid Seats because she wanted to wait for Ticketmaster. I'm like, girl, please, like, no. And she's like, well, you can get your tickets if you want to. I said, okay, fine, whatever. Like, because let me just go to, like, because my other friend group, they understood what I was putting down about my logic, about my ticket logic, but But I was clowning my other friends because I have friends where like they don't mind, like, you know, I have one friend that is super, super, super financially responsible. Like I almost want her to be my like financial advisor at this point, but she's super financially responsible where like she loves to have fun, but she'll maneuver it where like she's having fun on a budget, if that makes sense. Yeah. But when it comes to concerts, she'll go to concerts on a budget and like she won't mind paying for nosebleed seats. And I'm like, girl, that's where I draw the line, honey. I'm not going to a concert and like going to the nosebleeds as a choice. Like I'm not doing that. Like I could see if it was last minute, like let me go to this Chris Brown concert real quick. I'm down. Let's go. Capital One Arena right there. Okay, fine. Let's go real quick. I'll do that. But like as a choice, absolutely not. Because you don't want to go over a certain amount of money. Absolutely not. No. And then the thing is like nowadays nosebleed seats aren't what they used to be when it comes to price. Usually nosebleed seats be like $45, $50. No, them nosebleed seats be like $200 something. So why would I pay $200 something for nosebleeds when I can just pay an extra $150 for the Section 100s, 3 tiers lower? Like no, I'm about to sit here and pay all that money to sit across the street and watch the you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not doing that. So because we had one friend in the group, we had one friend in the group chat where she wanted to go, but she didn't want to go over a certain amount of money because that's where her budget wanted to be. So like they were accommodating, they had no problem with accommodating her because where her budget was within the nosebleed seat area. Right. For me, I love you, girl, but if I'm paying my money to go to a concert, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go.
Right, you go all out.
So I'm going to go and I'm going to sit somewhere where it's reasonable. Okay, right. And I'm gonna still pay a reasonable coin. Right. Okay, I'm not because I'm reversing it, paying $200+ for nose to sit across the street. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm just playing, y'all. But like I'm saying like you watching your smart TV at the damn stadium, and you could just be doing that at home on your phone or go wait till somebody put it up on YouTube and watch it on your smart TV at home. Because that's what it's giving. No, it's giving the big screen TV that you have on your wall in your apartment, and you're paying to go see it in the. JRob, you're laughing, but like, am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm not doing that.
We know.
No,
we know that.
I want to look at the screen and be able to see the stage like clear, like.
She said, "Smart TV." That's hilarious. Hey.
It's giving LG. It's giving that. Because the screens be
Roku.
not a. You see what I was like? No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. No. So I was like, okay, fine. I found out y'all. I'll sit by myself, and y'all can get what y'all get. But we can meet up and we can go to the because he's actually doing a stadium tour this time. Like that's huge. And he actually added a new DC date, so he's doing 2 DC dates in the stadium. So we're all gonna go together. Like we can just meet up and like we can go to like it's gonna be a Navy Yard. The not the Nets. We live in DC Nationals, the National Stadium. So at Navy Yard it's like restaurants and stuff like that, because they play baseball down there, so it's like everything's right there. So I'm gonna just plan for us to go. I'm gonna make reservations for us to go like to a Mexican place or whatever before the concert, so we can all meet up and then go to the restaurant, eat, drink, pregame, whatever, flick it up with pictures or whatever, and then go to the stadium and go our separate ways, baby. Because I'm gonna go see Chris Brown. Like I'm not about to sit up there with you. Like I'm not doing that. I'm just not gonna do that. The only reasonable like nosebleed experience is maybe a skybox, because then that's an accommodation.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. But for me to choose to do to being in nosebleeds as a choice is absolutely insane for me, and I'm not doing that. I'd rather just, like I said, sit home and wait for somebody to upload it on YouTube and watch it on my LG 55 inch, because that's what it's giving too. It's giving 55, 65 inch. What the screens be giving in the nosebleed when they had the screens up? 65 inch.
65.
68.
65.
No. No. That's just my logic with that. Anywho.
We know how you roll.
I'm just not doing like absolutely. I'll pay the extra little $150 real quick, and then like you man,
not that much.
Paying over $200 for some to sit across the goddamn street and watch the TV when you could do that at home. In your living room for the free skate. No. Watch it on somebody's story, might as well. Shit. No.
You coming for these people?
I'm not coming. I love them, but that's just my logic. When it comes, listen, I'm getting a bang for my buck, okay? I'm getting a bang for my buck.
Of course.
Anywho, but no hate to the nosebleeders. Listen. Some people really don't give a fuck about nosebleed, and that's fine. Listen, your money, your choice. Your ticket, your choice. Anywho. Anything else before we get into the Hurt on the Curb?
No.
Hurt on the Curb is our hot topic section, guys.
Hurt on the Curb.
Moving on to Hurt on the Curb. Before that, before this year is up, guys, me and JRob are going to plan something. We're going to plan the logistics of it. Is that the right word to say? Logistics?
Logistics, yeah.
I want to start streaming on Twitch and maybe start streaming on YouTube. We'll see about the YouTube part, because with YouTube you can't curse too much. You get demonetized real fast. I'm a cursor. I have a sailor mouth. I don't know. Maybe I should stop cursing so much. Maybe I should just stop doing that so much. But with YouTube you can't play too many audios from different stuff, because people will flag you being petty and just flag and just being nasty and flagging.
They trying to get paid.
But Twitch, I definitely want to do a Twitch. I definitely want to be a Twitch girl, and I think maybe I want to like go live on TikTok a little bit when I'm recording here too. We'll test that out as well. Do you have a tripod for phones, like a little phone tripod thing? Maybe I can try that out one day. Like maybe I could just get your tripod, and I could prop up my phone and go live on TikTok for a little bit and see how it goes. We'll do those things. So we're gonna get into our live streaming bag before this year is up, sooner than you think. Anywho, on to the Hurt on the Curb for real this time. Okay, I want to talk about DDG real quick. Okay. So I've known about DDG like for a while in passing. I've known about his stuff here and there. And I know about what he has going on personally when it comes to who he has children with, who has a child with, and all those things, and and sometimes he may say things that'll get him dragged on the shade room and blah blah blah, whatever, right? So I've really gotten into, like I said before, guys, I've really gotten into streamers a lot within the past 6-7 months. So I'm really a big fan of a lot of different streamers on Twitch and stuff like that, and I love and I love how these guys, mostly guys, I love how these guys are I really respect DDG. I'm talking about DDG. I respect DDG, and I don't, and I'm very apprehensive, or I'm very reluctant to hop on the hate train when it comes to him, and I'm very reluctant to hop on hate trains when it involves like low hanging fruit, if you will. Like, of course, people say, "Oh, he's corny. Why did Holly have a baby by him? He's da 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 da. He's tarnishing her brand." It's easy to hate him, and it's easy to be in an echo chamber with everyone else. And I try to shy away from that a lot of times, because I know how it feels to be the butt of the joke, or be someone that there's low hanging fruit and people want to have whatever, right? So I want to focus. There's way more positive to focus on when it comes to DDG. And I think that's what I'm intrigued by. So I'm definitely a supporter of DDG. I love how he's very business savvy. And from what we see, he loves his son. He wants to be in his son's life, and he's very wholesome. He's a family guy. He loves his brothers and sisters. He loves his mom. He loves his family. And he recently did a stream-a-thon. So like stream-a-thon is like when streamers they do they stream for a certain pocket of time straight through to gain more subscriptions. Like with Kai Cenat, he does his Mafia-thon where he'll stream for 30 days straight and he'll have guests come on or whatever. So with DDG, he for him, he did like a week-long stream-a-thon, and he called his Hit-a-thon. And I guess I was in and out with watching things, but I guess he was recording an album, and each day he had different rappers come on and record a verse for a song on his upcoming project. So he had Bia come in there, he had the Baby come in there, he had Rob 49 come in there, he had Ty Dolla $ign, he had Shabuzi, he had a whole bunch of people to come in there, because he rented out a mansion, and he orchestrated that whole experience for everyone. And a lot of the song, he had Queen Naja up there too. A lot of the songs that they recorded, it's really catchy. Like he just dropped a song with the Baby called Motion. I really like it. I like it a lot. He's a good rapper too. I like these guys are really talented. And I'm not down for the him who he has children with, and who is not really. I mean, yeah, it's pushed to the forefront, and yeah, they tell us their business or whatever. But I'm not going to be someone that's just going to just grab the easy low hanging fruit, like I said, because at this point everyone's saying the same thing on the DDG hate train. So what can I say that would be so groundbreaking that would just it's not benefiting me? I'd rather focus on the positive. And I feel like him and other streamers, they're inspiring everyone. These guys are making an honest living, because times have changed. We can make careers with a microphone now. Right. We can make a career with just being ourselves. People like reality TV, The Real World, even the Kim Kardashian. People like her, they pioneered just being influencers. They pioneered just being the celebrity, we like the way you look, we want to look at you some more. You know what I'm saying? Just, you don't have to be talented, you're just looking at him some more. But with him and other guys, these guys are really talented. And I think that these guys are making an honest living. These guys like DDG, Kai Cenat, Phantom, all these guys, Reggie, Lil Rodney's son, all of them, all these guys, they're making an honest living. They're not harming anyone. They're not stealing from anyone. They're not committing crimes. They're just being themselves, and they're being rewarded for it positively. Right. And they're creating content, and these are all businessmen, and they're all good businessmen because they're successful in what they're doing. They're all very smart. So I think there's way more positive to focus on. I remember because DDG, he talks sometimes to his stream or whatever, and one thing he said, and we're going to get into some more things with DDG a little bit, not too much. But one thing he said one day when I was watching him, he said, I can't remember, someone asked him about something. I forgot what the question was, but basically he said, he said his life is a movie. His life is a movie. And if you are in his life, family or girlfriend or whatever, if you're in his life, he's going to help you, but it's still up to you to create your own spinoff of his movie.
Yeah, you have to.
And I think that's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not sure if that's the exact wording, but I'm paraphrasing what he said. And that really, I'm like, wow, that's really real. And he's telling you who he is.
That's very real.
Yeah. Like, that's just what that is. Like, so like he has an older brother that's into streaming now, and his nephew is cute and he has his own personality, and his sister is into like clothes and crafting and things like that. His sister's boyfriend has his own personality, and you know, they're all, and they have friends, and like they're friends with other streamers, and it's all like a whole situation, a whole crew, a whole clique. Everyone there's a whole tree of everyone that's interlocked, and they're all they're intertwined with each other. And that's really cool. And like, you would want to be like, ladies, you want to be with a man that encourages you to be the best you can be and encourages you to be a self-starter. Like, I respect people and I admire people that are self-starters. Whether it's a streamer or a YouTuber, a commentator, a podcaster, a person that's into DIY. Like, a person that's into DIY, I'm like, you guys are amazing, because the way you guys have to have the drive that you guys have to like be a DIY anything, DIY in making clothes, a DIY in crafting something, or a DIY in building your home, a DIY in decorating your home, or making things, just like, you know, making like this, just like being a self-starter is like a whole nother ballpark. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like being a self-starter is a part of content creators.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It is. So I like that. I feel like there's way more positive to focus on when it comes to DDG than just to be like on the hate train or whatever. Because at the end of the day, he has a baby who he has a baby with. At the end of the day, their child is well taken care of. And that's just what that is. So there's been a couple of things. Well, there's something else I wanted to discuss about DDG. So at one point he dated Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose is a rapper and like OnlyFans model, if you will. I remember talking about Ruby Rose a couple of years ago on here, and I think I was just talking about the fact, like, do we take her seriously as a rapper and this and that, blah blah blah, right? And so, you know, I think she's one of those girls that she just raps just to do it. Like, she's signed and all these things, but like, she raps just to do it. I remember she was on Joe Budden's podcast last year, and like Joe Budden like asked her like, oh, do you write your raps? Like, and she was like, no, straight up, just no. And like, it's like, I don't care. Like, and that's real, but it's like, you know, she's just doing it just to do it, and which is fine, because like I said before, Ruby Rose has a beautiful voice. Like, I love her voice. She has a really good rapping voice. She delivers the bars eloquently, but I just, you know, there's no real like passion for music there or whatever. But like, if you can just do something and be successful in it, just go for it, whatever. I think she made Double XL cover one year as well too, whatever. But anywho, so there's a couple things about Ruby Rose. I also discussed how I thought that her and Druski getting together was a publicity stunt. Definitely. So, and then she also said something about she's because she's an OnlyFans girl, and she said when she dated DDG suggested that she do OnlyFans because why not? She's a beautiful girl. Why not? So here's the thing, right? I'm going to play a little snippety snip from, so this is a YouTube commentator. Her name is Mona D on YouTube. I'm going to play a little snippet of Ruby Rose discussing how DDG suggested, I'm using the word suggested because that's what he did. That's what I believe he did. He suggested that she get into OnlyFans, and she also discussed her claims of being in a PR relationship with Druski. So I'm going to play a little bit of it, and we're going to discuss.
Ruby Rose appeared on a podcast last week where she opened up about her experience with OF and how she was bullied by her ex streamer rapper DDG. Ruby Rose blames DDG for getting her involved in a lifestyle, and she just stuck it out. DDG was on a podcast. He addressed her being introduced to OF.
I think she said that you convinced her to do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Dude, she made a hell of a career out of it.
I think every girl in the world should have OnlyFans, to be honest. I feel like it's like men will pay for anything. We'll pay for feet. If I was a girl, I would have OnlyFans. I feel like as a female, I gotta take advantage of these motherfuckers.
Because this is also the same woman that came out and said that her relationship with Druski was all a publicity stunt. And then she turned around and said, well, you know what? I wasn't being honest. It was in fact a real relationship.
Are you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
What happened to you and Ruby Rose? Y'all were together for literally 2 weeks.
Listen, God blesses you sometimes with situations. Wasn't nothing bad that happened. We just,
What was
she's a beautiful girl. She's doing great in life, man. She's making money. I'm doing the same. So,
What was the learning factor in their relationship? What did you learn from it?
I learned that you have a beautiful woman.
Of that caliber. What happened?
It comes with a lot.
Financial when you deal with that caliber?
Yeah, but I think it's all, you just got to be ready because you don't know when you're going to have to be pulling that wallet out.
Oh, like if y'all go to the store, like you need to buy me this 15,000 Birkin.
Yeah, you could be at a dinner and she won all the expensive stuff on that.
But did you know that?
Yeah, it might have been like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks.
You went public after 2-3 weeks?
Hey, I was wild.
Ain't that great.
No, I wasn't on that. You know what it is? It's because I thought, like, all right, this is what we're supposed to do. I'm thinking like, oh, we both in the public eye. This is what's supposed to happen. Not he's gonna leak it at some point. We going out in public and doing stuff.
Shout out to
might as well, might not. Might as well. So I don't think.
Okay, me and Drew were really in a relationship, and I said it was PR because he pissed me the fuck off and hurt my feelings. So yeah, but that was really lame of me and embarrassing that I shouldn't have said that. But I was like, I had to stand on it. But
Okay, let me see. What did she say? He broke up with her.
So yeah,
it's what's supposed to happen. Not he's gonna leak it at some point. We going out in public and doing stuff.
Shout out to
might as well, might not. Might as well. So I don't think.
Okay, me and Drew were really in a relationship, and I said it was PR because he pissed me the fuck off and hurt my feelings. So yeah.
So I guess she was trying to say that she lied and said that it was PR with Druski because I guess he broke things off with her because it just wasn't, he just didn't see it anymore for her because she was being too high maintenance or whatever, too much for him or whatever. And she said that she lied and said it was a PR when it really wasn't. They really were in a relationship, but then Druski says, like, yeah, it was only for a few weeks, but I thought, we would go public anyway, so why not? Let's just do it or whatever. I don't know if I believe that still. I don't know if I believe that. Maybe, I don't know. Like, because at first I was like, maybe she's retracting her statement because she wants to be in Druski's good graces because Druski is still popping right now. Druski is one of the top like influencers, YouTubers, content creators right now. So it's like, girl, like, what are you doing? And like, no one is really here for your music, sis. And like, yeah, you an OnlyFans girl, but like, I know you want, because that's another thing why she was complaining about DDG, because she was saying like, she was trying to say that he bullied her into it or like forced her into OnlyFans because people don't take her seriously now, or I don't know, whatever. But with the Druski shit, I don't know if I believe it still. Maybe it could be true. The reason why I don't know if I believe it, JRob, is because it was too perfect for how it led into Druski's could have been love stuff. I don't know. Because before the Ruby Rose, we didn't look at Druski as like the guy that we're lusting after. I'm not saying anything's wrong with I'm not saying anything's wrong with him. I'm just saying like he wasn't like sought after before that. I feel like him being Ruby Rose and knocked him into a whole nother algorithm, because the way they would have the camera propped up when they would be on the yacht kissing and stuff like that, it's just like, what? Like, I don't know. Maybe he told her like, look, you better sit there and backtrack before you won't be on the next season of Could Have Been Love and being a guest host on my thing. Like, I don't know. Because even though she's an OnlyFans girl, like, she still is going on these podcasts, still talking about DDG. Haven't been with DDG for 4 years now. He has a whole baby with somebody else that he's not even with no more either. Like, it's just like, what do you keep doing? Like, so, but she's doing well for herself. Like, she makes a lot of money on OnlyFans. She has her own like clothing line or something like that now. I guess she's making money on her own, but I guess she just wants to be put up when she's with the man. I guess, I don't know. But then also, like, I guess she doesn't like how she's looked at like that. I guess she doesn't like the OnlyFans model stigma because she wants to be taken seriously with the man. I guess, I don't know, but I don't think that DDG forced her into OnlyFans. He suggested it because why not suggest it? And then knowing DDG from what he presents to us, knowing him, he wants everyone in his life to be about their own business. Like, yeah, if he's with someone, he's with you, cool, but you need to be about your business as well. You need to be the best version of yourself as well, aside from me. And you want that. Y'all sat here and heard me talk about how you got a nigga was leeching off of me and leeching off this woman, that woman, that woman. You want a man that has his own and then also encourages you to be your best. You want that. You want that. Like, I just like, she raps just to rap, which is fine, but she's not, I don't think that she's passionate about music. She doesn't even write her own fucking raps. Like, and like I said, I don't care who writes nothing, but it's just like, you just like, no, I don't write it. I don't care. I don't write shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's crazy.
There's no, like, you're not on the radio dropping freestyles. You're on the radio talking about DDG. Yeah. Like, you're on Instagram showing us screenshots of him hopping in your DMs when he's mad at Holly. Like,
Hey, man. Hey.
there's that. Anywho, all right. So we got 2 more topics because we're gonna take a trip down memory lane, and we're gonna go back to 2007 in a second. But before I go back to 2007, so did you see, JRob? Did you see that Keke Palmer it was a clip out that Keke Palmer was interviewing Jonathan Majors?
I didn't see that.
She was interviewing Jonathan Majors. She put out a teaser of her interviewing Jonathan Majors, and she scrapped it and replaced the episode with the Cash Doll episode that she did.
Okay. Heard about it. Yeah,
So the past week though, right? There was this weird social media outrage about Keke Palmer. I'm like, what's going on here? So they were like bringing up her like R. Kelly support, and like her like dismissing R. Kelly's like crimes, and like trying to brush past like what he did to people and all that stuff. So they were dropping receipts left and right when it came to her and R. Kelly. Then they were talking about like, it was crazy. Then they were talking about how she was in it. She's supposed to be interviewing Jonathan Majors because her podcast is under the company called Wondery, and I guess the subscribers get first listen or first look on content before it's released publicly. So there definitely was a Jonathan Majors episode that was released to the subscribers, and on top of the R. Kelly backlash, this random R. Kelly backlash, they were like, "Oh, girl, why are you interviewing Jonathan Majors? What's going on with you? Like, what? Like, what are you doing?" Because she had her own domestic violence situation that happened last year with her child's father, Darius. And it was just like, girl, how can you do this when you experienced this situation yourself? Like, are you in support of him? What are you doing? And it was just weird because it was just like, the Breakfast Club interviewed Jonathan Majors, and he was on another interview. Was it only the Breakfast Club? Oh my God. Oh, he was on Sherry Shepherd as well. Yeah. But I guess like places like the Breakfast Club and like Sherry Shepherd, it's a television program, I guess. So I guess it's not a podcast. Like, with podcasts is more independent. You have a choice of doing this and that, whatever. And Keke Palmer, she wears many hats. So I guess she wanted to have that Jonathan Majors interview for of course the clicks and views, and she wants to have that. She messy a little bit. She wants to have just like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, he asks the buzzworthy questions because he wants the clip. His clip. What the kids call it now, clip farming. They want to. It's a bunch of clip farming now. Whatever shit. Like the clips. Listen, I tell you all the time, JRob, the clips are what makes it.
I know.
Okay.
I know that.
That was my whole thing with the whole thing. I'll tell you about off the camera. Like the clips are the cash cow, honey. Okay. But yeah. So this is where it gets kind of like sticky icky for me. Everything good. Mm-hmm. This is where it gets sticky for me, right? I don't blame the backlash with the Keke Palmer Jonathan Majors thing, because girl, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this when you had your own experience with this? Because, with her domestic violence situation, she, and I adore Keke Palmer, and I'm just talking here. This is what's out in public. With her domestic violence situation, it got kind of sticky icky because, according to her child's father, Darius, was the aggressor, and, she released still shots of him, of what it looked like of her slinging, there was a still shot that came out last year or 2 years ago where it looked like he was flinging her over the couch, or it looked like he was doing something aggressive with her. And then there were receipts that Darius provided where Keke Palmer is the aggressor, and that still shot was only him trying to grab his phone back from her, and she was being active with not giving it back to him or whatever. And then you know, there were phone calls that were recorded from Darius, and Darius released it to different bloggers, and there was a blogger on YouTube that, you know, put out the recordings, and, you know, some of the recordings, you know, you could hear how, you know, because Keke Palmer is Keke Palmer, so she has the upper hand of the narrative no matter what, and she's a woman,
Right.
at the end of the day. Right. So like she has the upper hand of the narrative, right? You know, the recordings, like the phone recordings, you know, on the recordings you can hear Keke Palmer's mother. So I guess Darius, it sounded like Darius was at the house with Keke, and the mom was on speakerphone, and I guess the child was with the mom, and like, you know, I guess Darius wanted to have the child, it was like football Sunday, and like he wanted to be with the child on football. So he wanted the child to be over at his house to watch football with him, spend time with his son.
Right.
And so, you know, him and Keke were getting into it, and like the mom, you know, the mom of course gonna be on Keke's side. She's like, no, you're not gonna see your son. Like the mom is saying like, no, like whatever. And like, Keke Palmer's on the phone as well with the mom. Like he's at the house with Keke Palmer, right, and the mom is on speakerphone talking shit like, right, no, fuck you, nigga. Talking to Darius. The mom talked to Darius like this, and you know, and then Keke's sitting there like, yeah, yeah, fuck you, yeah, he's gonna hate you. He's gonna grow up our son's gonna grow up to hate you, like just like antagonizing him the whole time, and holding his son over against him, and like, you're not gonna see your son, and all these things. And you know, her mom started like throwing out racial slurs, because I guess Darius's mom is like Asian or something like that. Like he's biracial or whatever. And so, and I'm telling you, so he's by like him and Serena Jackson, they're like mixed or whatever. So I guess their mom is like Asian or something like that. Okay. Keke Palmer's mom was on the phone throwing racial slurs at the mama. She was calling Usher. That's how the Usher gay thing came out. She was calling Usher gay, and like it was like they was being messy with the Usher stuff over the phone. But this was a whole recording. Oh wow. Saying all kind of stuff about them, like F you, F your brother, F your mama, F you, nigga. The mom on the phone, F you, nigga, while Darius is in the house with Keke Palmer. But they claim that he's the abuser, right? But the thing is, like, if he's an abuser and he's at home with one of the points that the YouTuber made when he released the recording, he was saying like, you know, if Darius is the aggressor, he's the abuser, why are you provoking him while he's at home with your daughter alone and you're on the phone somewhere else at your house? If he's this abuser, he's this aggressor, you're pissing him off. Why if there's obviously he's not, because like you feel comfortable doing this. Like, wouldn't you not feel safe like saying mean things to him when he's with your daughter alone? Right. And that made a point to like, wow, they have a good point there. So like we never really know what goes on behind the scenes. Never know. Domestic violence is not okay, guys. It's not okay. But it's like, but then on top of that, why are you interviewing Jonathan Majors? Like, do you see yourself in Jonathan Majors? Because Jonathan Majors, his recording came out where he admitted to strangling that white woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people pick and choose what they want to believe, and they ignore certain facts because, you know, people want to talk about, oh, he ran from the white woman. He was running. But no one talks about like what happened before he got out the car and what's going on here. Right. What was happening? Right. What? So it gets sticky. So she couldn't handle that heat. So she pulled the episode and replaced it with a Cash Doll episode that she had in the vault. I guess, girl. Why you ain't promote the Cash Doll episode like you did Jonathan Majors? you ain't tease the Cash Doll clip. If I'm Cash Doll, I'm like, what you? Oh, so I'm the backup. Like, what's going on? I'm not important too. What's going on? But yeah, that was kind of crazy. It was like, I don't know. But it's just like, you know, it's just like y'all, like these, like I said, these podcasts, you know, it's these independent podcasters, like, you know, you're not with the network. So, you know, I mean, I guess I'm sure you're signed underneath like a publishing company or whatever, like she is, like with Shannon Sharp or whatever. But like, you're still in charge of your content. Like you're not on like a network programming. Right. So like you're not protected by the network curtain, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, definitely not.
Girl, and you're still an actress too, girl. You can't be doing this, like, right. Girl. That affects a lot. My whole thing is like, listen, if you was going to do, I mean, you already recorded the episode. If you going to do it, then do it. Like, if you going to do it, then do it. Like, put the episode out. Put it out. Like, you already did it. Put it out. Keep it out. Keep it out. Fuck it. I don't know, but I mean, because it's like you made the decision to do it, so it's just like, what? Anywho, it's crazy. It's crazy. So on to the next. So let's take a trip down 2007's memory lane, guys. So Keri Hilson. Remember Keri Hilson, guys? So Keri Hilson is coming back out, making her big comeback. She's dropping new music. She just dropped a new song called Bay, and she's dropping a new album on April 18th called We Need to Talk or something like that. So of course we all know the story about Keri Hilson. You know, the Beehive kind of like slipped her into a depression, and you know, there's that. So let's jog our memories here. So this is what happened. So Keri's hit single "Turning Me On," she did a remix to it, and in the remix, of course, it was suggested that she was dissing Beyonce and Ciara in the song. And I'm just going to read a little bit of the lyrics right now. Hold on, let me see it. So, let me see if I can find it.
She already have it.
I have it right here. I just want to. I'm doing a search word. So in her verse, I'm just read a little snippet of it. In her "Turning Me On" remix verse, where she's dissing Ciara and Beyonce, it says, "I ain't trying to start no mess. There's just something that I need to get off my chest. Cause you turning me off. Your vision cloudy. If you think that you're the best, you can dance, she can sing, but she need to move it to the left, to the left. She need to go have some babies. She needs to sit down. She's fake. Them other chicks ain't even worth my time to talk about. Ben had dollars. Boy, go on, get your money up. No, you're ain't the only homie on me lined up. I ain't turning it off. I'm turning it on. Go ahead and tell these folks how long I've been writing your songs." Ooh. So if you guys don't remember, right?
Crazy.
So there was a little bit of tension with Beyonce and Keri Hilson, and Keri Hilson with Ciara. I can't remember the actual beef with Ciara and Keri Hilson. I know that because you know, of course, Keri Hilson was a writer first and foremost, and she I think she did some background vocals on some Ciara songs or whatever, but I don't know which song that she wrote for Ciara. I didn't remember that, but they had like a little bit of a tension going on with them or whatever. So there's that. So with the Beyonce shit though, this was the kicker. So if you guys don't remember, this is what I remember. This is why I always felt like she was talking about Beyonce, because from what I remember, Keri Hilson co-wrote "Love in This Club" by Usher.
Yeah.
And remember, she was in the video with Usher. And then that was a hit. Then Usher released a remix to "Love in This Club," right, with Beyonce. But the thing is, Keri Hilson was supposed to be on that remix. Keri Hilson wrote Beyonce's part. Well, Keri Hilson wrote her part. Keri Hilson wrote Keri Hilson's part. And instead of Usher keeping Keri Hilson's vocals, they went and switched it out with Beyonce. Right. So they rather had Beyonce, which is understandable. They wanted Beyonce to sing the female part. Mm-hmm. But Keri Hilson was the one that wrote it. So, Beyonce came in and sung Keri's part or whatever, and then they put the song out, and it was Usher featuring Beyonce. And Keri didn't like that. So if Keri had her, Keri was on radio stations talking about like how they swapped it out or whatever, and she didn't really like it that much. She didn't like how that happened, and things happened, but like that, I feel like she had a little bit of spite with that or whatever, and because Beyonce. Back then Beyonce still held weight back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, they wanted the big name or whatever, but Keri, she was pissed. She was mad. Mm-hmm. And that's why I always believe that this is definitely a Beyonce diss. And like to the left, what? Excuse me? Like what? And of course the Beehive gave her a hard time, this was for her first album. Her second album was No Boys Allowed was pretty good as well, but it didn't do as good as the first album. And she was still like even though she released her second album, she was still fighting through the Beehive stands that it was rumors that they threw CDs at her. She later said that it wasn't true, and then she talked about how I guess she was on some red carpet somewhere, and they were having everyone hold up the tabloid magazine, and Beyonce and Jay-Z happened to be on the cover, and they were asking all the people to hold up the magazine, and when it got to her to hold up the magazine, she was like, no. So that made it worse. So that was weird, right? So there, whatever. So for years we all felt like she was dissing Beyonce and Ciara. The fans, the fans bullied her out of her career, basically. And now she's back. She's she would talk about it here and there, like over the years and stuff. But now she's coming back. She's making a full comeback with new music. And so she was on the Breakfast Club. And of course they were talking about everything. And of course they asked her about this, and she explained everything. So before, because she always said that Polo the Don, the producer, she always said that Polo the Don like, you know, pushed her into doing it, right? But before, she said that he did that, but she made it seem like she was all for it. But she always denied that it was about Beyonce and Ciara, which, like, I feel like that was a lie. It's definitely about Beyonce and Ciara. Who else is it about? Like, who are you talking about? Like, what? She always denied that, but before she would talk about how, like, oh no, it was our idea. We want, like, she was all for it. Like, that's, you know, and maybe, you know, and at the Breakfast Club, she finally said, oh no, I never wanted to record this. I never wanted to record that part. Hit-a-thon, like, pushed me into it. He threatened my career if I didn't do it. But they said, like, I recorded it, but they said they weren't going to release it, but it got leaked or whatever. You know, they leaked it or whatever. And she's suggesting that, you know, Hit-a-thon leaked it, you know, to be messy because he's a shock jock. He wanted to be like, he wanted to create a moment or whatever. Because, you know, Keri Hilson was signed under Interscope, but she was signed under Hit-a-thon and Timbaland under the umbrella of Interscope Records. So, like, those were the bosses for her. She says that Timbaland wasn't involved in that because which was because if he was, that was really messy because Timbaland is like Jay-Z's top producer, and like Timbaland works with Beyonce as well, so like it's really this whole thing is really fucking messy, and it's fucked up because they threw her under the bus. No one protected Keri Hilson. No one protected her because it was revealed that Ester Dean wrote that remix diss part, and you know this was all common knowledge. If Ester Dean's credit was always in the writer's credit on that remix, but it was so that Ester Dean wrote that whole diss verse. Right. And Keri Hilson only wrote like a small part where she was talking about a man and not girls. But it was Ester Dean's pen that dissed Ciara and Beyonce. Exactly. Right. And you know, she was said like, you know, I was protecting her. She didn't say it was Ester Dean on the interview, but of course we did our Googles and we said, oh, Ester Dean wrote it. So we had to, like, you know, whatever. We had to like hold her accountable at that point. She said she wrote it. Yeah. But yeah, Google said like she did, and Ester Dean came out and said like she did. Yeah. But Keri was like, yeah, like, you know, I to this day I'm protecting the girl that wrote the verse, but I just feel like no one protected me. No one had my back in this whole situation. Mm-hmm. And that is fucked up because Timbaland, like, once again, works with Jay-Z, works with Beyonce. Hit-a-thon has a great career, like, you know, and then Ester Dean, like, she went on to write for everybody, and she wrote, like, she writes for everybody, and she wrote for Beyonce as well. Right. So it's like, it's not fair that you wrote this verse about her and you get to work with her and make millions of dollars with her. It's fucked up. Ester Dean wrote Countdown for Beyonce. One of the songs for Beyonce is Countdown, and that's fucked up. And you know, that is kind of fucked up. There's a few things here, right? Ester Dean came out and said, and it was like she doubled down, was like, and it was a hit. Yeah, it was a hit, right? You know, the Beehive swarmed in her comments like, that's fucked up. You know, Keri Hilson deserved better, whatever. So then Ester Dean came out with her own apology, whatever. I was going to read it on here, but I don't feel like it. She came out with her own apology, right? Whatever. And she took accountability for it, and you know, basically said that Keri Hilson needs grace and da. But it's like, that's 15 years, 16 years too late. Like, whatever. Like, I'm glad that she got herself back up, Keri Hilson, and putting out new music. But it's 15 years too late. Like, what the fuck? Like, Ester Dean, you made so much hits for me. Ester Dean wrote Rihanna's biggest hits.
Yeah, she wrote a lot of shit. Yeah, she's a great.
Like, just like you, because the thing is, imagine like no one defended her. Like, and I'm sure, like, it's because Keri Hilson was one of the things that she was saying in the interview. She was like, I don't even know what's being. I feel like they're saying that it's all me behind the scenes. Like, I don't know what's being said behind the scenes, but I feel like they're putting it on me behind the scenes because how can they sit there and go off and work with Beyonce after they wrote this song for me? These aren't my words. I didn't write this. So no one had that industry is fucked up because ain't no way like Ester Dean, like, come on, girl. I'm sure you were like, you did not have Keri Hilson's back at all. Nope. And you know, like when there's a like a big, like, you know, everyone at some point these record labels wanted to dethrone Beyonce the same way they wanted to dethrone Nicki Minaj. They try to come out with a new girl that's similar and dethrone them because they want their label or their business to be the successful one. Never worked. And you know, they didn't treat Keri Hilson's career. They didn't treat it right because they should have treated it as I feel like they should have treated Keri Hilson's career as if it could coexist with Beyonce and Rihanna, because Beyonce and Rihanna were the top girls, but back then they were the top black girls, and they wanted Keri Hilson to be in that group with them, right?
She could have coexisted. And
the thing is with Beyonce and Rihanna, they did right by Rihanna, but you know, Beyonce and Rihanna are both Jay-Z, like the Impressive channel said. I was watching the Impressive channel. And she said, like, you know, Beyonce and Rihanna are Jay-Z's girls. They are. Like, they're both brought up under the same umbrella, no pun intended. Like, they're both brought up under the same, Beyonce, then there's, Rihanna is Jay-Z's artist. So, of course, they're not going to pit them. They're going to coexist.
Oh, for sure.
Period. They're going to make it where they can coexist.
Yeah.
And that's how they should have treated Keri Hilson's career. Because you can't go against, like, you can't do that.
There's no point.
Don't do that. What are you doing, Beyonce? Like, that's girl. Ciara is one thing, but Beyonce?
She's been working.
Are you crazy?
She was like 9 years old.
Are you crazy? Why y'all would do that to her like that? Like, that's crazy. Like, you don't even, like, I guess, Pull the Dawn, and then he wanted his label to be the label where he has his own Beyonce. That's what I feel like it was. He wanted to dethrone her and make Keri the girl. But like, you can't do that. That's fucked up, because Ester Dean went on to write for Beyonce and Rihanna. Like, Ester, like what? She's the Ester Dean now. Like, she wrote for everybody. And she didn't have Keri Hilson. And the thing is, like, Keri Hilson is a fellow songwriter. How you gonna do her like that? That's fucked up. I feel like that's kind of fucked up. This is crazy. And it's just like, that was just a bad idea all around. Like, imagine someone like Victoria Monet, who started off songwriting, and now she's in the forefront. Imagine if she fucked up and started going at girls that she wished she had their spot. Because Victoria Monet finally has her turn now. She finally has her time now after 15 years. She finally has her turn. Imagine along the road she did some shit like Keri Hilson. It wouldn't have happened for her. I feel like that's sabotage. Like, no, you have to remain graceful. You have to. Everyone has their turn. Not your turn yet.
Facts. Period.
I told someone else that I know in real life, someone personal that's in music, like, she, there's girls that are like popping right now, that been on their grind and that are popping right now, that she feels like, they took her swag, because she knows them in real life, like they met in real life. She feels like they took her swag or whatever. But I'm like, girl, you can't go on these Twitter rants, because first of all, you don't know who's watching you. These labels know who you are, and you're doing these things on Twitter. You're saying these things behind the scene. You don't know who's watching you. You're messing up. You're fucking up your plan. You're fucking up your chance. You can't do that. Right. Everyone has their turn. I feel like Keri Hilson had a I feel like she could have been with, she already has the looks, and she's a songwriter as well. She's talented, but she's also a songwriter. So she had that under her belt as well.
She's been around
for a while. She wrote a lot of hits. Runaway Love, right. Pimpin' All Over the World, Icebox by Omarion, Give Me More by Britney Spears, freaking Pussycat Dolls songs, Timbaland songs, and had her own hits. And that really fucked her up. Like, I just feel like that was fucked up for them not to have her back like that, and for them to force her to do that, because that remix didn't do. I mean, it was a whole big oh my god, whoa, but it didn't really do shit for her career. It didn't. Her second album was good, but it could have been. It could have performed better, and she didn't have to. She didn't have to slip into that depression like that. Right. That was unnecessary to me. That was fucked up. I guess, but I guess maybe everything happens for a reason. I don't know. Maybe this could make her, I guess this experience made her stronger. I feel like she's more, like, she's mentally leveled, more mentally leveled. I'm glad that they, the Breakfast Club provided her a platform to discuss it. Right. She said that she met Beyonce in person one time, and Beyonce was like, "Oh, hi, my name's Beyonce." They said Beyonce always says, "Hi, I'm Beyonce," even though she knows damn well, like, you know who I am, bitch. But like, she's like, yeah, like, Beyonce came up to me one day and was like, behind backstage somewhere, and was like, "Hi, my name's Beyonce." Like, so it's like, she knows who you are. Like, I'm acknowledging you because I know who you are. I'm going to acknowledge you, like, whatever. But I hope they do have like a behind the scenes talk about everything, and But with Beyonce, like, she never really addresses, like, she sees the haters. She sees the haters that she has in the industry as well, and she never formally addresses them. She does it in her music, and Beyonce said, "Best revenge is your paper." Her life is her revenge. Period. Like, Beyonce's career is her clapback.
Jay do the same thing.
Yeah, well, Jay, unless you talk about his kids real crazy, like, or threaten his livelihood. Oh, you see, Kanye West flew to Japan. He was like, my life is in danger. He told academics, "My life is in danger. I'm going to Japan." Like, he's out in Japan somewhere.
It's crazy out here.
Let me make sure. Yeah, like. Yeah, the same way they treated Rihanna's career with care, they should have did the same thing with Keri Hilson. Because, like, that Rihanna's come up could have easily been chopped if the wrong move was made, because Rihanna was almost not Rihanna from that. If you know the Rihanna story, she almost got dropped from Def Jam, but you know what I'm saying. But like, you know, God had a plan, but like that could have been, because they tried to do the Rihanna Beyonce comparisons back then when she was punning the replay and she was doing umbrellas and stuff. They tried to do that to her back then. They knocked it down every time. So damn, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, you said everything. You said everything.
Yeah.
Everything I was thinking. It's fucked up. I'm glad she's good though.
I mean, yeah, she's mentally good. She's good. She's trying to come back now, but it's like, damn, like this is 15 years worth of like that were stolen from us music lovers of your work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, yeah, Keri Hilson had she had some songs that were kind of crazy, like, oh girl, what are you doing in this video? Like, oh, this is not it. But like, everyone has those cringy moments when they're coming up in music. Like, I'm sure Beyonce has a cringy video somewhere or a cringy song somewhere that ain't that great. It's fine. But it's like this overshadowed Keri Hilson's trajectory. It just did. And then that's fucked up how no one had her back in the industry. That's why you need to have your back. Make sure you put yourself first in any industry that you're in, because no one gives a fuck about you. Because at the end of the day, it's all like if you can't be used, you're useless in these industries. That goes for any industry, any work relationship, anywhere you're at, because people are going to be like, you guys may be friendly or whatever, but like they're around you because they can use you. You're beneficial to them. Always remember that shit. So always have your back in anywhere you go, anything.
Amen.
And I had to learn that shit too.
That's a life lesson though. That's a real life.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all for my Her on the Curb today. Yeah. Did you have anything you wanted to discuss before we move on to the music? I don't really have much music to talk about or any TV shows, but I mean, you have anything you want to discuss before we close out?
Fuck Donald Trump.
Oh, fuck Donald Trump. Oh, YG got some new music out, by the way. Shout out to YG. He has some new music out, and he gets vulnerable in his latest track as well. So if you guys want to go check that out, I suggest you go check out YG's new music as well. I always liked YG. And I always liked his visuals and, you know, his rollouts and things like that. You know, he's one of my top favorite, like, you know, visual creators, like him and Tyler and Vince Staples and all of them. I love how they have their rollouts. I love their visuals. I love their artistic vision and all that stuff. But Kendrick Lamar and SZA just dropped their video for Luther today.
Oh, yeah,
did you watch it?
I ain't watched it.
It's really good. It's really good. I'll play it for you in the studio when I get the files. But it's really good. It's a really good video. I love the storyline. People were comparing their video to how Solange shoots her videos with like the wide shots and all these things. And like, you know, listen, big up Solange. You know, Solange is my favorite artist. And at any point you guys recognize Solange's influence, anything, definitely scream it loud over the mountaintops. Okay, period. Because I love my girl Solange. Anywho, that was that one. And then of course Keri Hilson has a new song called Bae that's out right now, and she has a new album coming out April 18th, the day after my birthday, called We Need to Talk. And yes, so that's all for the music, and I don't really have any shows. I've been watching streamers all the time, YouTube commentary videos, and watching old reruns of Charmed on Pluto TV, and watching Scream over and over again on HBO Max, and they just put one of them days out on Netflix with Keke Palmer and SZA, so that's on there. And I haven't had a chance to go to the movie theater yet. I haven't seen Magazine Dreams, but you know, it kind of flopped in the box office because of course of course the recording came out the week of the damn movie. So already the movie is out of theaters and on, like, hey, you can buy it now on Blu-ray, and like crazy. You can buy it now on such and such now. Like, damn, I'm like, god damn. That was that. And then Freaky Tales is out now with Normani and Jay Ellis and all these people in it. I haven't been to the theater yet, of course, but maybe I'll wait till it come out on Prime or whatever. I don't know, because I haven't had the energy to go to the theaters, guys. I don't know. I want to go, but I haven't had the energy, guys. But I just want to make sure that I recorded an episode or whatever, because I may cancel next week's session because my birthday. So,
of course.
Anywho, yes, I will be, so by the next time you hear me again after this episode, I will be 1 year older and 1 year wiser. Shout out to all the Aries, okay? Aries season is forever. Anywho, okay, guys.
Aries.
I can't wait for those pictures to drop, man. I'm about to have some bangers on that motherfucker.
I know you can't wait.
I'm about to have some bangers on that motherfucker. And I was literally just wearing a tank top and some ripped jeans, but the way it was shot, it was everything.
That's all that's matters.
Everything, okay?
The lighting, the way it's shot.
Period.
The eyes, everything.
Period. Anywho, all right, guys. Thank you for listening to Heard the Podcast. Again, we are on all podcast streaming platforms. We are on YouTube as well. HER_D the podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe and look out for Twitch and stuff later down the line this year, guys. Cause I'm coming. Listen, I am coming. Okay. All right. Bye. Say bye, JRob. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Adios.
Adios. Hasta luego. Love